and welcome back. So again, thank you very much for your patience. I promise when I do this, it won't take nearly this long to get them all out. This is the last one, Pisces Risings. So as I've said before to everybody is for the next couple of weeks, practice grounding. We've got shit tons of stuff in Aries. It's a big deal, including Mars. And Mercury's about to join it, and the moon's about to join it. We're about to have 7 planets in Aries, and that happens like the 16th, so Thursday. So let most things roll off your back. Please know it's probably not personal if somebody's attacking you. Pay attention to the news. You see it. Everyone's at their breaking point. It behooves you and benefits you to not engage. I can't stress that enough. So please do that. That being said, I wanted to kind of explain what was going on, what I'm seeing, make an educated guess, and then use tarot to see if we can figure out specifically what you should be expecting this springtime with, again, 7 fucking planets in Aries. So Pisces risings. The 2 houses that I'm really focusing on, there's actually technically 2 houses I'm concentrating on and 4 overall placements. So we've got Pluto in Aquarius, which is a big deal. That's going to be there for like 19 or 20 years, which for you guys is in your 12th house of transformation, spirituality and secrets. It's like something hidden. So you're probably looking to do some transformation. You may even be doing studying. You may be trying to build up your clairvoyancy, your abilities, psychic abilities, things like that. You may even be getting a lot of tarot readings too. You may not have before, and now you are. That wouldn't surprise me either. That's one that I'm looking at. Obviously, Uranus being in Taurus is a big deal because that's at the 29th degree, so the last 8 years. So for Taurus, for you is in your 3rd house of communication, and it's about to move into Gemini, which will be your 4th house of home and family. So we got Venus there too. So with that being communication, thinking, learning, siblings, and trips, you've probably have had a lot of transformation around, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if you've had falling out with family members, things like that, like verbal arguments, shit like that, or verbal impasses. But that's about to wrap up and that's going to move. So roots, family, home environment, early upbringing, that's going to kick off another 8 years. So everything that happened for the past 8 years is to get you to the new point of, like I said, moving forward. I wouldn't even be surprised with that Uranus there. If you have been diving into your past, especially like if you have parents who were alive, grandparents, siblings, things like that, and kind of discussing it and figuring out like, hey, this didn't work, and really probably doing some shadow work. That wouldn't surprise me at all in the slightest. So with Pisces being your 1st house, the moon is there. The moon represents the mother, but it's also how you think. We have the North Node there, but it's in retrograde. So you're doing a lot of introspection over with this Pluto in your 12th house. Like you're probably doing a lot of like trying to figure out what's going to make you whole. Like what are your goals, things like that. Introspection, when plants are in retrograde, you're doing introspection as opposed to external. Communication there too as well. So a lot of just where do you see yourself? What do you want? What's going to make you happy? Aries is your 2nd house, which is possessions, other people's money, resources, values, finances, and materialistic things. And that being in your 2nd house is this is I had said for the Aquarius risings, I see them quitting. I feel as though this might be in that same vein where you're like fed up, frustrated, fuck this shit, and you're ready to move on. That wouldn't surprise me either. So we've got Neptune, which is the planet of illusion. It's the planet of dreams. And we have Mars, which is the mode of operation, how you tackle things. How do you tackle strife? A lot of, discord. When you're faced with a problem, how do you tackle it? How do you handle it? Saturn is the planet of lessons and karma. It's old man time. It also represents the father. So that's the unique thing. And keep in mind, the moon's going to be moving into Aries with this Mercury, and that's happening this week. The new moon is in Aries. So we're about to have 7 planets in Aries. That is huge. And both the mother and father are there. So again, you may be doing some shadow work over how you were raised and things of that nature. So then we also have the sun. So again, if like the North Node is like your path, your purpose, think of the sun as like your ego, your soul, and what you are striving for to make you whole. That's what that is. And then the Chiron is the wounded healer. This is not something that you can heal. This is something you have to coexist with. And all of that is in the second house of possessions and other people's money. So you're making money moves. And that's what that feels like to me. You're definitely making money moves. And then, like I said, this is third house with this Uranus. I would not even be surprised if a lot of you end up quitting your jobs before the 26th. That won't surprise me. But if you lose your job too, because that's possible as well, just know it's for the greater good for you. All right. So that being said, let's jump into some tarot and see what the cards have to say for what our Pisces risings need to be thinking about in regards to the springtime. What to expect. Spirit team, spirit guide, my high self, as well as the divine. Before I even ask, I thank you very much for giving me this message and answering my question. That being said, what do our Pisces risings need to know about what to expect this spring? Clarity, immediately. Clarity, truth. This is also air energy. So again, remember, as of the 20th, Uranus moves into Gemini. So I would look for that for when you can expect to have some solid clarity. Bottom of the deck, chaos over your work. It's like over your work, competition, chaos. It's not always work, but it is my work hard. Popping over here. So Pluto, when it was in retrograde in Aquarius, may have been a big deal for you. So this is clarity over lack of faith and despair. And then here we go. I shuffle these in between. I actually divvied these up because these cards keep coming out in reverse. And because I'm asking about rising specifically, remember North Node this is Pisces energy, and the North Node is in retrograde in Pisces. When this pops up, this can signify that. And so I've been rolling with it, so I have to continue to do so. So releasing the fear. Popping over here is a commitment or a manifestation. So you're going to get clarity over your manifestation because it's obviously not popping up the way that you wanted it to. So you may be losing faith, but you're about to regain that. Bottom of the deck is suppressed emotions, not having a loving new beginning. Popping over here, Leo energy in reverse, insecurity over releasing of fear. So Leo for you guys is in your fucking Jesus. Okay. Sixth house. Sixth house is work and health. So insecurity over, so like you can look there, you might even have some planets there. That could be what this is, but insecurity over releasing the fear. And then popping up over here, over this lack of faith, is leaving someone that suits you in pursuit of something better. Okay. And over this lack of strength, now keep in mind, these two are side by side on the zodiac wheel. Insecurity over lost way. But also the South Node is in retrograde in Virgo, and Virgo is the Hermit. So insecurity over lost way. Don't worry. You are about to get clarity. Popping over here is releasing the fear of chaos. Chaos, competition. But again, this could be my work card. It is my work card, but it doesn't necessarily have to be work. So popping over here, but I'm going to roll with it. Exploitation, somebody being broke. Maybe you're broke. Maybe you're worried about being broke. So release the fear of that because it's about to get better. Popping over here is Gemini energy here, upright. So again, like I said, this is very Uranus coded as far as I'm concerned, but it's in conjunction. So this is the lovers. This is also coming together. This is a mutual attraction. This could actually be a relationship, ruminating in the past, living in the past, being stuck in the past, but sudden awareness. So it could even be that you're in a relationship where somebody's exploiting you and you're moving forward, or you're working for somebody who's exploiting you. Regardless, you are moving forward. But I would definitely look for clarity around the 26th. Sun, again, in reverse, Leo energy, which goes back to this, like everything's in reverse here. All right, crossing over here is a creative block or a non-abundant new beginning, which goes back to the fear of money. Okay. So if this is indeed a manifestation and you have a money manifestation that's not hitting, It's because you're blocking your abundance with a lack mindset. So if you're constantly worried about money, the money's not going to find you because that's a low vibration. Just be aware. Popping over here, morning of the King of Cups. This can show up as a father. This shows up as a father for me. And again, remember Saturn, even though this isn't a Saturn card, but Saturn is the old man. So lessons, karma, things like that. So morning, maybe you've been through a bunch of lessons, or maybe you're mourning something having to do with a father figure, not giving, not receiving, and releasing. And this is not having a choice, not having an option, but also an illusion being ripped away. So somebody showed up in one form and they're just not. And then insecurity over this King of Cups, meaning what? But again, it's like a creative block too. Distraction, lack of direction. This is the Page of Wands in reverse with the Four of Swords in reverse. So exhaustion, needing to move on. Have this one of these things where you're being financially supported by somebody like your father per se, or something like that. If it's not a job, if it's not a boss, it could be this thing of like you're over it, you're ready to do your own thing. You're tired of if receiving money. He may have even cut you off here with that what was it, with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Or it could be that you're tired of having to ask him. Like there's a domination there. That's an issue. If it's work, same thing. So then exhaustion, lack of victory over this exhaustion. And then now you're overworking yourself and you're overanalyzing. So don't do that. That's the human Excel sheet. He does not move forward until he is dead ass sure that he's making the right move. So don't get sucked into analysis by paralysis. But again, you're going to get clarity as of 26 once that Uranus moves on. So just hang tight. If this is creative block, that's what's going to happen. Distraction over a lack of foundation. Ten of Pentacles in reverse here. And now Aries energy popping over there. So over this whole thing is a, Jesus, why am I drawing a fucking blank? Passionate new beginning. There we go. So that is fire energy. So this Aries is actually working out well for you, Pisces risings. Good for you. But reaching over that is the self-imposed imprisonment, not being able to move forward with the blindfold on. And then, like I said, lack of healing, lack of transition from going choppy waters to smooth. And then if there was heartbreak, heartache, you're ready to move on. Everything, just like with Aquarius risings, everything's telling me you're ready to move on, but you're stuck. But there's ambition here. And again, Gemini energy, Aquarius energy, it's air energy, but Aquarius energy, this transformation. So don't worry, it's coming. It's probably going to be harder for you since it's in your 12th house, but it's coming. Popping over here, Aries, Scorpio energy. So Scorpio is your seventh house. Seventh house is relationships. So there may have been some upheaval around relationships. If it's not with a father, it could be with a partner. So Aries, Scorpio energy, and something tumbling down, sudden change, catastrophic change, holding back, air energy, popping over here. Here we go. Now the sun's here upright. First time this has popped up in upright. So happy to leave something that suits you in pursuit of something better. So it's going to be happiness that is the crux of this, which is not shocking since Pisces is your first house itself. And again, that second house is the house of possessions and other people's money. Celebration reunion here upright. But again, it's just like, hey, I need happiness. I'm over. If not, then you're turning your back on it. But I don't think you will. So a non-wish fulfillment is lack of an abundant new beginning. Popping over here is the King of Swords here upright, head above heart over a love offer. My deck is coming together. What's the love offer? Suppressed emotions. Your aces are in reverse, so there's no real beginnings happening here. And deception, manipulation over suppressed emotions. Blockage. Hidden agenda. Remember, purpose is it. Your North Node is in retrograde in Pisces, and that's what this card is. So you're blocked off from your intuition, which also makes sense with this transformation in your 12th house as well. So it's like, you need to be doing it, but you're not sure how to tackle it. And the deception of juggling chaos, but barely, meaning what? Progress. Some of you might even end up pregnant. That could be what that love offer is. It could be pregnancy, or it could be just be progress. Ooh, shit. So lost way of an incoming message here with this Virgo energy, because this is how it popped out. So lost way being a change of lost way. So yeah, like I said, just stick with it. It's going to give you clarity. Chariot, non-movement. Scorpio, again, what did I say that was your fourth house? Oh shit. I'm no Virgo is that. I'm sorry. The Virgo sign and the Scorpio sign are all the same to me. I'm so sorry. So I apologize. I can go wrong. Yo is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth house. Philosophy, higher learning, not doing transformation, independence. So you're not transforming over your spirituality or education. What is that meaning? Bottom of the deck, having everything within. But this is also a witch card too. So it's like if you're studying witchcraft or something like that, it's like you're like kind of dabbling in it without actually like committing to it. So you should be committing to it because you are a witch. Sorry. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. As a witch, it don't offend me. Here you go. Intuition. Queen of Cups here upright over this. Dude, I'm telling you, some of you are gonna have children. You may even be pregnant now and you don't realize it. Or you're backburnering children with this avoiding transformation. Maybe some of you might end up having like Yeetus Alphetus or something like that. But I would say not with this 10 of Cups here upright. Wish crossed over her. Love this. Love this energy. So you're about to be fulfilled and happy with your family. Love it. More wary at the bottom of the deck. So all this change that you were going through was to get you on the path of what's going to make you happy. Shit, painful ending popped out over this. Painful ending over. So if something exited, it needed to. Air energy, Aries energy here as well. So again, it can be a witch, but it's a warlock or whatever the case may be, but it's having everything within action, creation, and being a tyrant or stubborn over it. But I feel like you're not really stepping into the power of what you are capable of and then coming together over this. I'm telling you, if you're studying something, like I said, this is like a witch warlock or something like that. It's like you're being encouraged to actually not just research, to actually do, because that's going to give you it's going to give you, I don't want to say purpose, but it's going to help you with your self-development. How's that? All right. Now we got being out in the cold, wanting to come in from the cold of a betrayal, cheating, deception, lying over. So some of you may have had an affair. Somebody may have because this is like a cheating card. So somebody's cheating may have led to a breakup of some sort. Or maybe if you're single, your other person was in a relationship, maybe now they're not. Distance. So if this is indeed the case, you have closed the door on this. Good for you. It's probably a big deal. King of Wands, he who can't be tied down. Hopping over here is being cold to rewards or harvest. So if this was like a partner that you wanted kids with, because like I said, I saw the pregnancy thing here, and this was not the one for you, which is probably why it closed the door, but it was not easy for you. Needing to release anxiety. For here, skill development over a one-sided relationship and a rebirth transformation, fire energy. Sagittarius set, so it's like this fire, skill development. Everything that you're going through is to get you to your new phase. Scattered energy or a revoked passionate offer. So again, if you were in like a relationship of some sort where it was just physical, it was a big deal. I'm staring at Libra energy here. I just messed with it and I just tapped on it and I saw Libra. So balance, harmony, but also again, this could mean a court. So it ended in a divorce. Shit. Now what? Being defensive to a lack of teamwork, and then the devil toxicity. So being defensive to calling an end to this, but it's necessary because this is not going to suit you a better purpose, a higher purpose. This is also Capricorn energy. For you guys, Capricorn, it's easier for me to go backwards. 12, 11, 10 is your 10th house, which is career and public image. So if you're doing something online, being defensive to a lack of teamwork over toxicity. If you're doing something online, make sure you continue to do that and focus on it because you'll have some good stuff happen for you. Yeah, she gets what she wants. Dude, I'm telling you. So popping over here is being war weary over this lack of teamwork. But you needed to see this because this is going to help develop your skills. Love this for you. And here we go. Wisdom, higher calling, but also could be marriage. Non-movement over this toxicity, Cancer energy. Jupiter's in Cancer right now. So Jupiter was in retrograde. I think it was the summer. That could have been an important period for you. And now the anxiety is upright with bad luck, bad karma. So these lessons had to be learned because it did not suit you any good whatsoever. So you need to shed the old, make room for the new. completion, Taurus energy. But again, Uranus is at the final degree of Taurus. So this is telling me that, like, once this is over, I'm telling you, look to the 26th and you'll get some clarity. But that's what I got for you. Please sound off. Let me know. And again, please stay grounded. Keep your wits about you. Please, 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 please. I implore everybody to do that. I'm trying to do the same thing myself. I have a Taurus Mars. So if I feel as though somebody is being douchey for no reason, I like to attack. So I am gonna try not to do that. But please sound off and let me know if this sounds like anybody, sounds like anything that you're going through. And again, thank you for your patience. This is the last one, so I'm going to post this now. So good luck, stay cool, calm, and collected, and best of luck. And until next time, bye.